In this video, let us talk about fine-grained RBAC, deployment and runtime roles. Typically, in a multi-team environment, it is advisable to have different roles created for each team. For example, if your team is managing Openflow administration, you will have a separate role. If your team is managing the runtimes of the Openflow deployments, it's a separate team's role. If a team is just monitoring Openflow runtime, a separate role is required to monitor. And if there is a team which can do a read-write operations on Openflow, it is good to have a separate role created and provide required grants for that particular role. So it is important to understand in a multi-team role structure, create separate roles and provide required grants. In this particular slide, I am actually going over a role for managing the deployment, roles to manage the runtimes or create the runtimes, the role to just do a monitoring of the runtimes, and there are roles that will just have a usage on runtime. So these are different roles. So understanding that each team has a specific role that needs to take an action. So create separate roles and do create required grants. And who has to do that? The account admin role. So initially use an account admin role, create grant, create Openflow data plane integration on the account to deployment manager. So account admin is creating or granting a create operation for Openflow data plane to deployment manager. Similarly, deployment runtime manager, there are 2 or 3 roles specific to runtime managers. And again, grant create Openflow runtime integration on an account to a particular runtime manager. Similarly, you have viewer roles. It's only read only for observability. And for that, create one more role called deployment runtime viewer role. Similarly, you have another deployment and create another deployment. For example, deployment to underscore runtime underscore viewer roles. And provide the required grants. The grant runtime usage to the viewer and like use the role Openflow admin and grant usage on Openflow runtime integration to a particular deployment runtime viewer roles. Similarly, grant monitor privilege for monitoring role. Grant monitor on Openflow runtime integration to a role called Openflow monitor role. So these are a way to manage the roles by the team. And similarly, you have an use role account admin, create role if not exist to Openflow runtime for SPCS deployment. And create usage operate on a warehouse because SPCS needs a warehouse to run the runtime and corresponding process groups. Also grant usage on database to role Openflow runtime role. Grant create schema on database to role Openflow runtime role where you can establish a specific database schema and create corresponding tables using that role. On the right side, I have privilege reference. What each is each privilege, corresponding object, and who actually needs it. The first one, create Openflow data plane integration. It is an account level object, so a deployment creator who is an admin needs that. Create Openflow runtime integration is also an account level object. Who needs it? A runtime creator or an admin. Create Compute pool is also an account level object and is only needed for SPCS deployments. Again, it is needed for runtime creator. Ownership privilege is needed for runtime integration, the full control of delete edit flows. Usage is for runtime integration, read only for observability and health status. Monitor runtime integration generally needed for operations team to monitor the metrics and the logs. Create role permissions is an account level object. An admin is needed to create the subroles for runtimes. Roles are directly granted to users. Openflow does not support authorization when a role is granted to another role within the user's role hierarchy. With this, we have covered fine grained RBAC, deployment, and runtime roles. This helps for different teams within an organizations to perform different actions to set up, monitor, and use Openflow runtime.